Hello, everyone. All right. Here we go. You know what to do. Alright folks, welcome. Here we are. Let me see. Still having some trouble with this thing to the side here. Let me do one thing to see if I can get that to work. Alright. The answer is no. Alright. So you should be able to see everybody streaming from the different platforms. I'm on 3 different platforms right now. I'm on Periscope, which is on Twitter, and then I am on Facebook. Hey, everyone from Facebook. And then I am on with my good friends on the YouTube machine, and that is the Fellowship of the Crumb and so many folks. So, I'm here. What is happening? All right. So the Bruce is here. So let me get into a little bit further of why I wanted the Bruce here. First of all, I don't know how many opportunities you've had to do a meme, but I'm going to put a request in for a meme. Can we put... Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Hold on. Let me fix this. Cameras, TV. Yep. So now I'm in a reverse image, but it makes this work. So if we can make a meme of this and have Austin's face in there, Austin Steinbart's face, with a free Austin Steinbart somewhere next to the head, that would be glorious. Because this is one of the point I've been making here. I'm sorry to tell you this, but my rights don't end where your feelings begin. I know you hate Austin. I get it. He is, again, a term that I've been putting into a lot of y'all's vernacular now. He is sandpaper to a lot of people's ass, especially in the Q movement. Fine. I get it. But he still has the same rights that he did before you ever heard of him, and as every American citizen has. Just because you don't like him doesn't mean the rights are any less. So anybody who's and this is the point that has been made to me by my new friends Mike and Luke. And hi Aurora, if you're getting a chance to watch. Hola Begoña. Hola. So, Arrasaldeon. More to the point, Begoña. So, because people don't like him, doesn't mean he doesn't have the same rights that he's always had. So, people that are all, where we go one, we go all. If that one is Austin Steinbart, are you going there? Are you? Are you? This is your moment to decide. And everybody that's in my chat groups, if you are members of any Q groups that are still standing, because most of them have been blown out, ask those members. Ask them if Austin Steinbart's rights are any more valid than their rights, just because they don't like them. And that's a question that a lot of us are going to be asking over the next couple of weeks to the people within the Where We Go One, We Go All movement. So we got a lot of education to do. Second thing that I wanted to bring up was, let me get something over here going so I can see y'all's comments in YouTubery land. All right, sweet. Hey, Kelly Hart, look at you. Here you are. Hello, hello. All right. So if you're a QAnon, this is one of the greatest questions asked. I have not seen this reporter since, I don't believe. I don't know who this reporter is. But this question is completely and utterly planted by NSA. This is completely planted by our people. You couldn't ask for a better question for our people and him give this answer. This is completely rehearsed. Understand, he is starting the press conference. He knows right where to go to. And she knows the question to ask. She doesn't stumble. She asks it rehearsed. Hey, Baron. Hey, Baron, at this point, we don't need to convince anybody else that he's real. You're wasting any given effort. And I'm not picking on you, the Baron. And that's why my point is, I don't care who he is, fundamentally speaking. Doesn't matter what, beans all. Couldn't matter to me one bit. He could think he is Jesus the Christ, risen yet again. Or, that he's Charles Manson, that he's whoever he is. Now, here's the big problem. Here's a complication. When he was initially arrested, one of the things he had to do was pass a mental evaluation. And he passed that mental evaluation. He is competent for trial. He is competent enough to stand trial. And like I have said, and several of us who have been in jail said, the LARPing stops when you go behind those bars. When you're sitting in a jail cell more than 10 minutes, you're like, all right, bullshit stops. I want out now. It's a miserable place to be. Jail is horrendous. The first 10 minutes lets you know that you do not want to be there. So he is competent enough to stand trial, and he's not a LARP. That's a threshold that if you want to argue, which is just yell at each other back and forth, I'm not going to argue. If you want to have a dialectic, an intelligent conversation to achieve together a solution to a complex problem, I will do that with you all day long. But if you got a counter argument, then take your argument somewhere else. I'm done with arguing. If you want to have a dialectic where we engage in conversation, where I may be a little more passionate and heated than you're normally used to because I have to be entertaining, and I'm half Basque, which has a lot of Spanish, talking excitedly. That's what we do. So, again, my head of cabbage, my head of lettuce analogy. If you don't, please ask, and I'll thrilled to give it again because I love it. But here's this great question. But the answer is fabulous. Okay, the answer made me, spike a football. But listen to the way the president speaks to Bruce. This is why I called you to this very important meeting. And I know I pulled you away from trying to redo the management team. I know you're frustrated. I know you like your office. I know you like the cafeteria plan that we have here at the Breadcrumbs Project, but you're wrestling with some real issues. I wouldn't pull you out of that to bring you into this meeting if it wasn't worthwhile. The key thing about this is listen to the president's delivery. Look at his face, look at his eyes, look at his lips, look at his teeth, look at all of him. And then details. But most of all, look at how he is standing, how he braces himself when he stands. You know, he's kind of got an angle, a cock. Look at the way he is being.
I want to thank you all for being here, and we'll take some questions. Yeah, please.
During the pandemic, the QAnon movement appears to be gaining a lot of followers. Can you talk about what you think about that and what you have to say to people who are following this movement right now?
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much, which I appreciate. But I don't know much about the movement. I have heard that it is gaining in popularity, and from what I've heard, these are people that when they watch the streets of Portland, when they watch what happened in New York City in just the last 6 or 7 months, but this was starting even 4 years ago when I came here, almost 4 years, can you believe it? These are people that don't like seeing.
All right, now let's go to the video that the president has posted and pinned on his Twitter's page. Let's listen to him closely. Look at him already. Look at those eyes. Look at the lips. They're full. Look at the jaw. It's not loose anymore. That's a firm jaw. That's a firm smile. And even look at these. These are back. But listen to him. Listen to his breathing, his cadence, and there's no raspiness anymore.
Days there and didn't have to. I could have stayed at the White House, but the doctor said, because you're president, let's do it. I said, fine. You tell me what to do, and I'm going to listen. These are great professionals. They've done a fantastic job. And by the way, not only at Walter Reed, all over the country, we have the greatest doctors in the world. We have the greatest nurses, the greatest first responders, law enforcement, by the way. Incredible. Firefighters, everybody. They're just great. We have great people. This is a great country. But I spent 4 days there, and I went in, I wasn't feeling so hot, and within a very short period of time, they gave me Regeneron. It's called Regeneron, and other things too, but I think this was the key. But they gave me Regeneron, and it was like unbelievable. I felt good immediately. I felt as good 3 days ago as I do now.
Guys, gals, people, listen to him. Listen to the way he sounds. Listen to his cadence in his voice. Look at how long he can hold his breath and talk. This is the Donald Trump of 20 years ago. This is the Donald Trump that was on the Phil Donahue show. His hair looks healthier. His hair isn't as orangey. It's whitish, but it just looks healthier all of a sudden. Regeneron. What is this Regeneron? All right. Let's go back to August 19th, 2 months ago.
Seeing what's going on in places like Portland and places like Chicago and New York and other cities and states. And I've heard these are people that love our country and they just don't like seeing it. So I don't know really anything about it other than they do supposedly like me, and they also would like to see problems in these areas, like especially the areas that we're talking about, go away, because there's no reason the Democrats can't run a city. And if they can't, we will send in all of the federal, whether it's troops or law enforcement, whatever they'd like, we'll send them in, we'll straighten out their problem in 24 hours or less, okay?
All right. Now listen. No raspiness, and he constantly stops and inhales and keeps on talking before. Now?
So I just want to say we have Regeneron, we have a very similar drug from Eli Lilly, and they're coming out, and we're trying to get them on an emergency basis. We've authorized it. I've authorized it. And if you're in the hospital and you're feeling really bad, I think we're going to work it so that you get them and you're going to get them free. And especially if you're a senior, we're going to get you in there quick. We have hundreds of thousands of doses that are just about ready.
Notice what he said. He didn't say if you have COVID, if you have the virus. He just says if you're feeling bad. Regeneron, regenerate. We're going to give it to seniors initially. Not seniors with COVID, just seniors. Understand what he is telegraphing here. Hi, general purpose. Whew. We have to have a glass pretty soon, General. You're just down south of me. We have to have a glass and a chit chat. All right, this is what the Bruce is saying. The Bruce does his research. Did you look into the Regeneron medicines? No, the Bruce. I've been working. The minute I got off of the video, I went right to work to pay bills. And then I got off, went and visited a friend of mine who it's his birthday today. Gave him his birthday present, and he's on his way. And I am here with you guys. So there's 6 of them. They do a regeneration at a molecular level, many key areas of the body. This is definitely the future medicine that basically Austin is talking about. Donald Trump has taken a medicine that has regenerated his body in less than 24 hours. This is not just for COVID. This is a medicine, not even a medicine, a therapy, a therapeutic that regenerates his body at a molecular level. This is an advanced therapeutic that has taken him back 20 years by the looks of it. He looks anywhere between 60 and 55 years old, as I remember him. He looks 55 years old to me. He looks like he looked in the Donahue ages. But look at his lips. His lips are even full. They're not the lips of a 70-year-old. The Bruce operating at warp speed. It just came in. I just had the pop up right here. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Kelly, it's on its way to you. Listen to this. Listen to what he says and listen to how well he says it. But again, let's listen to, look at Donald Trump 2 months ago. Look at those lips. Look how thin they are. Even pushing us, doing like that, it's just a flat line. Look at that flat lip. Look at that lip now. Not even pushing. He has a full lip all the way around. Here, he just gets a little bit.
Just real quick, at the crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind? Or
well, I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, you know, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there. And we are, actually. We're saving the world from a radical left philosophy that will destroy this country. And when this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow.
The rest of the world will follow. Where we go one, we go all. Well, welcome, Kelly Hart, to the Fellowship of the Crumb. Yay! You found the link, And welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay! Boom! The Baron says, welcome, Kelly. John Purpose says, welcome, Kelly. Boom. Wow. All right. And the Bruce has the name of one of their medicines is Kev Zara. Zara is a name floated about. I think Zara is an alien's name, and I think it's from the Pleiades family group. We'll be looking that up. Zara. Keep that in the back of your head, Bruce. Can't do it today. We've got a lot going on. But welcome, Kelly, to the fellowship. Yay, yay, yay. Not only are you part of the conversation, you're part of the fellowship. That means you take action too. Understand that I've bequeathed fellowship upon Austin Steinbart, because he is a downtrodden, and the downtrodden will get there, will become a fellow of this fellowship. And is he worthy? As what I've seen, he's worthy. Nobody's complaining. So I have made Austin a fellow. We're not only fighting for Austin as an American citizen, we're fighting for Austin as a fellowship of our group. And when he is finally released, hopefully we can celebrate together one day soon as a fellowship. Lifting our mugs and telling our war stories, how I made calls for you. I went to this meeting for you. I went to the governor's office for you. I went to this congressman's office for you. And then he tells us prison stories. You guys making these calls, man, things were happening. I could see changes happening. And I've even been told by one of Austin's people that I have shifted the timeline. One of Austin's key people made that direct remark to us here in the live stream, that we have shifted, that the Breadcrumbs Project has shifted the timeline. So anyways, that Zara is Kev Zara. Those are alien names. This is alien technology. This is crazy. You're just about to mention the Pleiadian connection. God, that would sound so awesome in your Scottish voice. Pleiadian, folk. Pleiadian. I can't. No, sorry, man. It sounds so school. Pleiadian connection in Scottish. Whew. Hey, Tap Boy. Welcome to a crazy show. Yes, it has been long suggested that the people from the Pleiades are here helping us, and this is a fine example. There are no coincidences, Bruce. Kelly agrees. So, we've heard the president. Again, let's hear the president one more time 2 months ago.
Is that supposed
to be? Listen to the cadence of his voice.
Does that sound like something?
Listen to the cadence of his voice. Listen to his short, bursty breaths. So he says stuff, he inhales very fast, but he exhales. Raspy, short, lips not full, eyes, you can tell that they've been worked on. And he's out in the sun in the other picture. And his eyes are full, round, and healthy.
You are behind?
Well, I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there. And we are, actually. We're saving the world from a radical left philosophy that will destroy this country. And when this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow.
Where one go one, we go all. The rest of the world will follow.
I have emergency use authorization all set, and we got to get it signed now. And you're going to get better. You're going to get better really fast. This is things that nobody even thought of a few months ago. The job that the scientists, the labs, everybody have done is incredible. Then in addition to that, you have various other drugs that help a lot, but these, I view these, I know they call them therapeutic, but to me it wasn't therapeutic, it just made me better, okay? I call that a cure. So I want to get these things done. So we have to get them done, we have to get them approved, and I want to get them to the hospitals where people are feeling badly. It's much more important to me than the vaccine. But on the vaccines, we have many companies that are in final stages for the...
And that's what he's done. He's just told everybody that has spent a fortune on vaccines, your vaccines don't matter. Your vaccines suddenly are inconsequential. Because there's at least 6 therapeutics coming out that are not vaccines that regenerate you as a human being. So the whole vaccine thing and anti-vaxxers, it's just going to, it blows, not anti-vaxxers, but the whole pro-vaccine, the Marxist leftists who are like all Bill Gates, Bill Gates, Bill Gates, rah, 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 this vaccine, and we have too many people on the planet. Well, this is immortality. What Donald Trump is showing us are the effects of these molecular medicines that he has the military already in place for distribution of this. Is it going to be mandatory? Look how the guy looks in about 5 more days. In 5 more days, everybody in America above the age of 40 is going to be, I want me some of that. That's why he's going to everybody in the hospital that's feeling bad first. Not from COVID. He just said everybody gets some of this. Is it mandatory? No. But wait till you see the people that do take it, how they just walk out of the hospital. This is regenerative therapy. This is regenerative genetic molecular repair of the body. This is the fountain of youth. From a geneticist perspective, this was just a matter of time. That it advanced so fast and is so effective says there's probably alien technology mixed in with this. Yeah, peeled onion. Facebook has taken everybody out. All my groups are gone. It's all coming. All of that Pleiadian stuff is coming. That's what the Great Awakening map that I keep talking about is all about. There's 6 medicines listed. They all sound Pleiadian to me. Yeah, Donald Trump is something else, the Baron. Yeah, all the banning does is create the Streisand effect. All it does is create the Streisand effect. If it doesn't make you more curious, the people that are banned are now motivated. They're taking action in the real world. They're getting off of Facebook and they're going into the real world saying, listen, they banned me. And they're doing what Austin would really like us to do, is get one person and take him to the registrar's office and have him register to vote, hopefully Republican, and then make sure that one person goes to vote. So you're taking your one vote and doubling it. So say, say what, 60 million voted for Trump in the last election? And if everybody was able to do that, it'd be 120 versus whatever the Democrats are able to scrounge up. Into the 4th and 5th density we go together. Absolutely. peeled onion, except for the Satanists. Except for the Satanists. Ooh, Kelly, that is very cool. Kelly Hart, welcome to the fellowship. You are a true fellow. You're going to go out and get some recon for us. And recon, you know what that is. Everybody's watched enough movies. Oh, shit. So, not to go into great detail, but General Purpose has friends in the medical industry. Oh, that's a great story. And he is telling us that he has had a screenshot sent from a nurse that he knows that in the USA that says, saying to withhold Regeneron. Withhold Regeneron. Withhold it. The hospitals. You can't, because there's going to be military distribution. You're going to see Donald Trump transform before your very eyes to his mid-40s probably. Everybody's going to want some of that. They can't stop it. I love it. Cool, Peeled. Charging Trump with manslaughter. I'll get to that in a second. Awesome. That's so good. Yeah, cool, Tapboy, it is. Ooh, please do email me that screenshot. Thank you so much, General. Yeah, so we've been hearing about that. You know, he said over 6 months ago that for the vaccine, there's going to be a military distribution system in place for the vaccine once it comes out. We don't have to worry about distribution and problems with that. The military is going to take care of logistics. He said that 6 months ago. He's been clear about that. Once the vaccine came out, military distribution is going to be in place to distribute it. We've had several people come into the chat saying, man, there are rail cars filled with military equipment. And we had a couple of people come in and say, you know, a town close to me or my town, there has been a bunch of military equipment that has been offloaded off of rail cars and are sitting and parking and waiting. So you don't have to worry about the hospital. The demand is going to be such, and the distribution is such, that the hospitals, this could make hospitals go out of business. Understand the potentiality of this treatment. If this treatment is having the effect on Donald Trump that we think it's having, let's listen to him again. Listen to him. Look at him.
The vaccines, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, all great companies, but many of them. And we're going to have a great vaccine very, very shortly. I think we should have it before the election, but frankly, the politics gets involved, and that's okay. They want to play their games. It's going to be right after the election. But we did it, nobody else. Nobody else would have been able to do it. The FDA has acted as quickly as they've ever acted in history. There's never been a time, and no president's ever pushed them like I pushed them either, to be honest with you. But the FDA is approving things in a matter of weeks that used to take a matter of years. So we have these drugs, Eli Lilly and the others that are so good, but they are, in my opinion, remember this, they're going to say that they're therapeutic, and I guess they are therapeutic. Some people don't know how to define therapeutic. I view it different. It's a cure. For me, I walked in, I didn't feel good. A short 24 hours later, I was feeling great. I wanted to get out of the hospital. And that's what I want for everybody. I want everybody to be given the same treatment as your president.
Do you hear what he's saying? Not people with COVID. I want everybody. That's why I say this potentially puts all of the medical industry out of business. Cancer treatment centers, hospitals, all the pharmaceutical reps are going to be suddenly unemployed. The pill mill will soon be going away. That's what he's talking about. He's saying everybody. I want to get this to the old people first. I walked in feeling not so good. 74 years old, brother. You're right. Even though you're in great health for a 74-year-old, you're still 74 years old. You know, his back was kind of tilted and he talked like this. Now look at him. He's ramrod straight. He doesn't have that kind of a crooked back, hunched over back that he, because he has all of his stress points in here. He has no stress. He feels great. Look at those hands. They're healthy hands. He just looks great, sounds great, and he wants to get this treatment to the oldest people first, the sickest first. Not of COVID, just of anything. And he's like, oh, the vaccine will be ready after the election. That's politics, But this therapeutic can be ready before the election in a matter of weeks. All the companies already produced it. Now it's just waiting for the OKs. And the OKs are going to be pushing over the next couple of days like you're not going to believe. Why? Because we have a master showman involved. And he's got something to pitch. Hey, Crumb Snatcher, thank you. I know you're at work, and thank you for popping in. So, cool beans. And we have a brand new fellow. So it is very, very exciting. Yeah. Kelly Hart. Kelly Hart is now in the Fellowship of the Crumbs. So welcome. Oh my goodness. We have another fellow? Well, Billy. Welcome. Billy Odell. Welcome to the Fellowship of the Crumb. That's great. 2 new fellows of the Crumb. Thank you. It's good to have you. It's good to have you be part of the conversation, and I won't lose track of you like this as they do to my subscribers, which they take away all the time. I'll get 20 new subscribers, and then 30 will be removed, just poof, like that. The Bruce has seen it. The Bruce could tell you stories about what happens to my channel behind the scenes, and as far as YouTube goes, very little of it's positive. So welcome. Billy Odell, it is great to have you aboard. And as the Baron says, boom. Bit Yodel, sorry. Bit Yodel, welcome. Bit Yodel. I remember Bit Yodel. I remember you coming in a few days ago. All right. Bit Yodel, welcome. Hey, Richard Joyce. And thank you for the email. Richard, you know what to do. You make sure that your friend starts asking for these drugs. Today. Get a hold of your friend. Take a look at what the president is saying. Just go to his Twitter page. He doesn't want to get this for COVID people. He wants this for everybody. The elderly and the sick are first in line. Those people that are in ICU are the first in line for this treatment. In 24 hours, she'll be walking out of the hospital. This is crazy, guys. This is insane. The only reason I'm saying that is because look at this guy. He is outside. He should be washed out. He should have that orange stuff on him and being washed out, but he's not. He's just looking healthy. Crumb Snatcher's second in line. Hey, Sean. And Sean, you got some great projects, man. We got to do a Zoom call very soon because there's so many cool things that you got going on, man. That I'd love to talk to you and just I don't know, get more information going out because you have some great distribution methods and you got a great brain. This is the beauty of this thing is as soon as the arrests start happening, these people that are going to get arrested, they're going to be allowed to grow old. And we're going to keep them alive with their old treatments and their old antibiotic treatments and their transfusions, whatever they've made us do, we're going to keep them alive, maybe give them a little Regeneron, but they're going to be old and suffering maybe for thousands of years. That is my prayer. I'm talking about Hillary. I'm talking about Biden. I'm talking about Obama and anybody that was connected to the satanic movement. I hope we keep them. I hope we keep the hospitals open and functioning with all the sales reps, with all the ancient medicine people, and that we keep them alive for thousands of years in a semi-vegetative state, and that all of us are in our 30s and 40s having great fun and great sex all around them. Two Scots and a Spaniard. Let's see how that show would go. Two Scots and a Spaniard. Let's see who would get picked on the most. Let's see who would get picked on mercilessly. Let's see who would be constantly running around seeking shelter and mercy. Oh, Richard, it's all breaking, man. It is all breaking loose. Your nerves, let them relax. Drink you some smoke or smoke you some drink. Yeah, Sean. So Sean's got a pretty impressive webpage having to do with DNA, and the Bruce shared it with me, and I'm like, I thought he was a farmer. I thought he was herding cattle and then boiling them, like a lot. I don't understand. We got to talk, Sean. And I don't know how strong your Scottishness is. The Bruce may end up being a translator because he does speak American pretty well. I'll give Bruce that strong benefit, and even NSA is agreeing with a blink that yeah. I mean, Sean does. I don't know your level of Scottishness and your Americanness speaking. I don't know, if you speak American, but pretty good. Yeah, no. The Bruce's American is pretty good. All right. Yeah, send it to me. Give me that link, Tap Boy. We're happy to help. Oh, you're from Yorkshire. I'm not going to understand a word you say, man. Does your Zoom have subtitles? I don't know how to do that right here. Let's see. Does your Zoom have subtitles? Yorkshire, I don't have it. I don't think. The Bruce, can you translate Yorkshire? I think the Bruce and I are both hoping for subtitles. All right, a little more of the president. Just listen and look how good he is. Even his hands are so healthy looking.
Because I feel great. I feel like perfect. So I think this was a blessing from God that I caught it. This was a blessing in disguise. I caught it. I heard about this drug. I said, let me take it. It was my suggestion. I said, let me take it. And it was incredible the way it worked. Incredible. And I think if I didn't catch it, we'd be looking at that like a number of other drugs. But it really did a fantastic job. I want to get for you what I got. And I'm going to make it free. You're not going to pay for it. It wasn't your fault that this happened. It was China's fault. And China's going to pay a big price, what they've done to this country. China's going to pay a big price, what they've done to the world. This was China's fault. And just remember that. So we're going to get you the drug. It's going to be free. We're going to get it into the hospitals as soon as you can, as soon as we can. And you'll see some amazing things happen because our military is doing the distribution. It's called logistics. And they deliver hundreds of thousands of troops in a matter of days. This is easy stuff for them.
All right. I'll give the president that. Prior to him saying that, whenever we talked about the military, especially the Army and the Marines, I mean all the branches really, honestly. The one good thing they're good at is killing things, killing people and breaking things. The one thing the U.S. military is excellent at doing is killing people and breaking things. No problem. But the president makes a very good point. We're excellent logistics. If you have to get A to B, we can get A to B. If you give us the resources, as much A as you need to get to B, we will get A to B in the time allotted. Just give us the resources and we will get you to what you want, where you want, in the time frame you desire. We've got jets, we've got big C5 galaxies. What do you want? Where do you want it? Come on. So yeah, distribution, military airlift command, MAC, where you see on the tail all the airplanes have military airlift command. Just give us the resources, we'll get it there for you. Richard, I understand you're typing just fine. I understand you're typing just fine. I understand Sean's typing just fine. I understand the Bruce is typing just fine. It's in the talking of the voicing that problems begin to happen. Sweet. The Bruce says his Yorkshire is on point. He's got an uncle. Oh, she knows Austin Steinbart. All right. Email me that. thebreadcrumbsproject@gmail.com. There they go. The Yorkshires. Richard, solidarity. Just so he doesn't get washed out by the light. So they do have some extra lighting on him, some top and frontal lighting. But if he's in actual sunlight, it's just too strong. It's no longer yellow. It's incandescent white, so it'll just wash him out. He'd lose a lot of the texturing that he has. But tin. It's only a matter of time before. Yeah, I'd like to start doing Zooms. So we're gonna have to work out a Zoom for the fellowship, so we can all meet and talk up. And so if I do a Zoom meeting, the Bruce doesn't mind coming into a Zoom meeting. It's coming into the YouTubery where it's just not cool. So if you want to do a Zoom call Friday, I did a couple of them and no one attended, but the fellowship was small back then. Oh, Australia, you're getting yours. This is going worldwide. Copy and paste link. Did you send it to my email? I'm checking my email right now. My Gmail account, thebreadcrumbsproject@gmail.com. If I get a link in there, I will post it. I do not have an email from you. If you can copy and paste the link if you want to yourself in the chat stream, Tab Boy. I have not gotten any emails from you in either account. Let me double check info. Catboy, get it to me. Oh, so you have the BBC accent. Oh, so you've traveled. All right. So you've been gentrified. All right, Richard. Very cool. Tin, tin, tin means it isn't in the tin. Tin, tin. Tin, tin, tin. Yeah, my timing sucks for America. My timing very much sucks. That is noted. All right. Oh, you know what? I've been sitting here chatting away, and I haven't seen chats from Facebook. Sorry, guys. I've been chatting with YouTube the whole time. Has anybody come in from Facebook and Twitter? Hello. Sorry, Facebook people. Sorry, Twitter people. Hey, yes, everything is good. Thank you. Oh, I feel terrible. Yeah, that's the only one thing with multi-platforming that gets interesting is I've got lots of different platforms, and we can't see the chat because it's not coming up on the link there. I got to finish troubleshooting that. I thought I had that taken care of, but I guess I got to put more elbow grease into it. Let's see. All right. All right. So, let's see. Come up with that. All right. So incredible times are upon us. All I can say is just look at the proof. Next piece of incredible news that I wanted the Bruce here for is the release of the website for quantum.gov. Quantum is truly a thing, and it's important for the U.S. government. So quantum.gov, for those of you who, I didn't, sorry about that. Quantum. Austin has been talking about quantum and gave us a great class about quantum. And it's really a big thing now in the government. So you go into the About page, and it lists, oh shoot guys, sorry. How much have y'all missed? Okay, not much. All right. So here is quantum.gov, the web page. It's fantastic. Sorry, a lot of talking. I teach and then I go online. I talk a lot. Funny story about talking, and notice the cool quantum page. When I was a child, up until 10 years old, I hardly said a word. I wasn't even a yes or no child. I was child. My mom was very, very worried about me. Very concerned. Took me to doctors, took me to specialists. And then when I turned 11, I just never shut up. And that's what Mom says about me. I wish I would have enjoyed those 10 years. I wish I wouldn't have stressed those 10 years. Because they were just an absolute pleasure compared to the Chinese torture that I have to endure daily. And lovingly said. My mom and I had great times together. We were both chatterboxes, and we enjoyed each other's company tremendously. So, Quantum.gov is a thing. That graphic is amazing. So let's go to the About page, and this is what you're going to find fascinating since you've been here with me, most of y'all, for quite a while, is the About. This was established December 21st, 2018, and it came live basically, I think, today. The website came live, and basically the department is open for business. But I want you to see the Subcommittee on Quantum Information Science. This is amazing reading, especially if you've been following Austin and what he has talked about as far as quantum computing goes. But let's take a look at the agencies participating in the Quantum Initiative. The President of the United States, the Office of Management and Budget, the money is directly involved. Not a sideshow. They're directly involved in the funding of this quantum effort. And we're not sure about how far this quantum effort goes. So, so the money people are involved this is very rare where OMB is participating directly in an agency. OMB usually hovers above. Department of Defense. This is going in the order of importance. Why is DOD involved in a quantum thing, huh? Department of Energy. Why would Department of Energy be involved in quantum computing, quantum information systems? Huh? Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security. Why would they be involved in a quantum effort? Department of State. Why would they be involved? I don't know what that RI thing is. I don't know what agency that is. If someone can tell me what that weird RI thing is, that would be great. NASA is involved. Why NASA? Well, look who just popped in. The National Security Agency. No such agency. Why are you guys here? National Science Foundation, National Institute of Science and Technology, NSF, NIST. I expect those cats to be involved. But there's some cats in here that are very, very unusual. Office of the Director of National Intelligence? DNI? Why would he be involved in the quantum effort? USDA, U.S. Department of the Interior, and U.S. Trademark Office. U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. All very, the first three maybe. The first four maybe. But then everybody else is like, whoa, what Department of Justice, DIA, NSA, you'll be end users. Why are you here on the outset? I don't understand. Unless you've been following Austin closely. Then you're like, aha! That's what I was like. That's exactly what I said. Aha! When I saw that. All right, that's the big news I have for you guys. Final piece of information I want to throw here before I forget it, and I'm not going to forget it. We'll be talking more about it. There's a woman that was presented to us through Risflex. I don't know if y'all know her website very well. She's an excellent YouTuber, RISSFLEX, and she has done an incredible news piece on a woman named Nancy Schaefer, former Georgia State Senator Nancy Schaefer. And she came out against the foster home system nationwide. You are 6 times more likely to suffer sexual abuse, be at the hands of a pedophile, be tortured if you're in the foster home system. Most homeless people are the result of the foster home system. The foster home system has been a cancer to the country for a long time. Well, Nancy Schaefer did some investigations, and she found out that the American foster home system, which has been in high gear and high finance since Bill Clinton, has been a grooming industry for the pedophiles. So many people involved in pedophilia are also involved in the foster home system, whether it's at the state level or at the volunteer level. Nancy Schaefer, the head of her Foster Parents Association from her district, was arrested for child molestation. And she was told, if you keep pushing this situation of investigation and audit of the Georgia foster home system and the nationwide foster home system, you're going to lose your seat in the Senate or worse. She lost her seat in the Senate, and right before a book and a documentary, 3 days before a book and a documentary about the pedophilia problem in Georgia and America, her husband and her were executed in her home 3 days before the release of these 2 items. Of course, they were never released. This woman was in her 70s, and her and her husband were executed at home. So we're going to learn more about Nancy Schaefer. I would like for all of y'all who have a little extra time today before the next show in an hour, take a little time, go over to Risflex, the YouTube channel, RISSFLEX, and check her out. And watch her news piece on Nancy Schaefer. Nancy Schaefer is going to be our Joan of Arc. She is going to be our matriarch. She's going to be the Fellowship of the Crumbs matriarch. We will remember her often, and whenever we have a chance to lift a cup, we will lift it to her, because she is going to be our beacon. We don't have that beacon of light. We have a captain who keeps coming every day on and talking about different things. But that woman is going to be our fire. As I teach you more about her, and as we learn more about her, we're going to understand how she's our Joan of Arc. Now I went to go look for Joan of Arc because I was having one of those when the train leaves the station, when you have lack of a better word, a brain fart, and I couldn't think of Joan of Arc's name for the life of me. I was just thinking of French heroines and French heroes and French saints, and so I ran over to the Googles and I looked for French female heroes. There's no Joan of Arc. I was like, no, she's not there. And then I went for French saints. French saints, French saints, French saints. No Joan of Arc. Just let you know who they are. They've scrubbed the great Joan of Arc. From the internet. You can find her if you really want to. I did. But it took me about a couple seconds after this for me to come up with her name. And but it was important for me to find out that Joan of Arc has been scrubbed from the internet. The powerful woman that she was, that was able to move a nation, nay, save a nation, has been scrubbed from the internet, and they put all of these other women that are famous because of their sexual prowess. Not the virgin saint that saved France, the great Joan of Arc. This is the enemy that we're up against. So that is my final note. Nancy Schaefer, Schaefer. You are our Joan of Arc. You are not forgotten. And the work that you did is going to be researched by the Fellowship of the Crumb. And we are going to carry on your good work, Senator Schaefer. I toast her with water today. I raise this bottle of water to Nancy Schaefer. Thank you, Baron, for lifting your cup. And I lift for this water. Interesting side note, water. So I'm a member of a fraternity called Kappa Alpha, the Kappa Alpha Order. And we are based on the teachings of General Robert E. Lee. General Robert E. Lee was considered the gentle knight of America because he had a chance to meet the Queen of England. And so she had heard of his reputation, and she offered to knight him, and he said, "No, I'm an American. We don't know." He said, "You, sir, are the good, gentle knight of America. Your modesty, your humility, and your how did she put it? Your commitment to your country speaks as to who you are." And so, being in the fraternity, it helps so much as a young man to honor General Robert E. Lee, because he was as pure of a leader and as pure of a man as you will ever find walking the earth. So when we ever toasted General Lee, we did it with water every time, because that's what he drank, was water. And our founders knew him, because our founders went to Washington and Lee College, and they studied him greatly, and that's why they ensured one of the things that we do whenever we toast the general was never to soil his memory with alcohol, because, we're a fraternity. We did a lot of soiling and a lot of alcohol. But when it came to that time, that one meeting that we would honor Robert E. Lee, we were dressed up, we were sober, and we toasted him with water, and we drank water and Cokes. We didn't drink alcohol of any kind when we gave our speeches and our thoughts on our country and our love of America and the sacrifice that Robert E. Lee made to make the point. And then when it came time for the Union to join again, then he gave his sword willingly and joined the Union when the fight was over. Yeah, Bruce Lee and Robert E. Lee, their teachings weren't that far off. And Richard, toast with a cup of tea, the natural choice. And I think the good senator would appreciate that very much. Thank y'all, everybody, for all of you who have, both of you who have come on to the fellowship. Welcome. It's just fantastic to have you here. And also Nancy Schaefer, thank y'all for understanding what she means to me and what she means to us. She gave her life for the children. She truly stood on that hill and gave her life, and we honor her. And we honor you, Kelly Hart, and we honor you, Bit Yodel, for joining the fellowship and becoming part of the fellowship and casting your lot with us. Thank you so much. Is apple juice good too? It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Toast with that apple juice, my friend. And it's still early for you. So yeah, absolutely. There's no way an important USB key. So Cap, I have not been in my garage in a month. There is no way an important USB key I use every other day could have gotten in there. Mrs. the Bruce didn't move it, and I know I certainly did not. Oh, did I tell you all about Quantum? So, the National Quantum Initiative. I'll talk about that maybe a little more in my next stream. But quantum's quite a powerful thing, my friends. This is for the Bruce. Gramation value of quantum is 641. Wow. Wow, Bit Yodel. Thank you for your gramation. We need your help, by the way, that you know how to speak that. I come back on in 45 minutes. I gotta go to the store, guys. Please let me go to the store. But welcome to being quantumed, the Bruce. I don't find it interesting. I know exactly what it is. You're the one that's still sitting on the fence. Ow, it's getting sharp, that fence, isn't it? It's cutting into that little bum of yours, isn't it? Or that big bum. That big Scottish bum. All right, Bit Yodel. Oh no, Richard. It wasn't a person that moved that. It was a person. It's called being quantumed. We'll talk more about that next show. I gotta go, guys. If I don't go to the grocery store and get my fixins, I'm gonna be mad at myself. Think good thoughts, do good deeds, say good words, quantumed. The CIA and DARPA are not in here. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. The CIA and DARPA are not part of this group. Notice that. This is quantum. CIA is not in there. NSA is, DIA is, NSA is not. National Science Foundation is in there, National Institute of Science and Technology in there, but DARPA isn't. Why? Because DARPA and CIA are bad hats, bad actors, and they're going away pretty soon. Boom! All right, gotta go. Think good thoughts, do good deeds, say good words.